Good morning, everybody. Just do the weather. You gotta do the other thing here. Alright, good. That's gonna play in about 2 or 3 seconds. Come on, play today, please. Thank you.
USA Radio News with Tim Berg.
A lawyer for former President Donald Trump previously signed a statement stating all classified documents held at Mar-a-Lago Resort had been returned. The declaration was signed after the Justice Department's top counterintelligence official visited the residence on June 3rd. The former president claims all the documents taken during Monday's raid were declassified. The suspect is in custody for 2 separate incidents in Pennsylvania that left at least 2 people dead and over a dozen injured. Pennsylvania State Trooper Anthony Petrosky saying the incident took place shortly after one another.
Troopers and officers multiple people injured.
I don't have any room.
How do you do a lot of
I don't have any room. I don't have any room to put 2 phones on this thing here.
You can slide it over?
Let me see. Hold on. Let me try it.
Radio News.
You ever make a change and then think, why didn't I do this years ago? Well, that's how people feel about switching to Medishare for their health care. Especially now, with inflation the way it is, people are very
You got a few inches to move that whole case back?
Most families save about $500
No, I think it's okay.
a month when they switch. It's a huge
it'll be
jump
fine.
in prices.
Yeah, I don't want to
fast.
Alright, fine.
I've got face on radio.
Medishare's customer satisfaction rate is double that of health insurance.
I think that should be
It's
fine. I
just
don't
a
think it'll
different
fall.
experience, and people really like that. Medishare is an alternative to health insurance. It's a community of
This other one
Christians
looks like
who
it's
share each other's healthcare bills.
crooked,
And
but
it's been going strong
it's
for
fine.
over 25 years. It really is
Okay.
the gold standard, the most trusted name in healthcare sharing. Find out why people love it. Find out why they rave about the customer service. And
So it's got to be like a hands down show, right?
Yeah, no hard topics really.
We did the sports thing took a lot of time though, so.
Probably gonna do Little League. Just that's it. Yeah, with the sports.
I'll go right off the bat and congratulate.
Which is
I'm
a
gonna-
slimmed-down version of the Build Back Better bill. The legislation tackles health care, climate, and taxes, along with billions of dollars in funding for the IRS. Florida Republican Congressman Carlos Jimenez tells Fox News how he feels about the Democrats' proposal and providing additional resources to the tax enforcement agency.
They have a bold-faced lie that they're not going to be auditing people under $400,000, then they go to $400,000 a year. And the JCT has estimated that actually about over 80% of the audits are going to be on people making under $200,000 a year.
At least 2 people are dead after heavy rains drenched Las Vegas last week. The rescuers pulling 2 men from a flood channel. The storm dumping over a half-inch of rain. You're listening to USA Radio News.
My heart was racing just making spaghetti. I could have waited to tell my doctor, but I didn't wait.
I was short of breath just reading a book. I could have delayed telling my doctor, but I didn't wait.
They told their doctors and found out they have atrial fibrillation, a condition which makes it about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. If you have one or more of these symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness, this is no time to wait. Contact your doctor.
Slow today.
Questions continue to swirl regarding the recent FBI raid on former President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate in Florida. Despite the recent unsealing of the warrant and property receipt regarding the search, now some are calling for the affidavit involved in obtaining the search warrant to be released. Texas Republican Congressman Lance Gooden candidly tells Fox News Live, while the GOP supports federal law enforcement, he believes the issue boils down to trust.
Republicans are not attacking frontline members of the FBI. We back the blue. We support the frontline men and women who do everything they can to protect our nation. We applaud their work. But at the top, at the FBI, the head of the FBI, there is malfeasance, I believe. I believe that they have pursued this president. They have failed to pursue other very obvious threats, and so they have no credibility, and it's a shame.
The 82nd annual Sturgis Motorcycle Rally is winding down in South Dakota. Thousands of bikers are heading home after the 10-day gathering, which was highlighted by parties and even a few dozen weddings. In its latest Sturgis rally tally, the South Dakota Department of Public Safety indicated that there were fewer crashes and crimes overall this year. The agency saying officers wrote around 900 citations for various offenses since the 6th of August. For USA Radio News, I'm Tim Berg.
The opinions expressed on this program are those
you're a
of the
red
host
mic,
and do not express
I
the
guess.
views of WVVF ownership or Hometown Talk Radio. Content
that
aired on
goes
all
up.
programs are those of the host and their guests.
Goes up.
Hey, Joey, what's happening? I mean, what's happening in Middleboro and surrounding towns? It's time for the Middleboro Week in Review with your host, Joey Driscoll. Stay tuned for news, Middleboro news, here on AM 1530 WVBF. Hey, Joey, what's happening?
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Middleboro in Review. It is August 14th, 2022, but it feels like October 14th, 2022. It's cold out there, 55 degrees currently in Middleboro. It will get up to the 80s today. So that is good news. That is good news. It's going to be in the 80s today, 80s tomorrow, and upper 70s on Tuesday. No rain in sight until Wednesday, and then again, rain again on Sunday. The second half of the week is going to be a little bit more hotter than the first half of the week, mid-80s during the last part of the week. So it's going to be a good week of pretty nice weather in Middleboro. Driscoll, Texas, 77 degrees and raining. 81 today. 92 on Monday with some rain and thunderstorms in the forecast. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, nice and sunny and in the mid-90s. Taunton weather, 56 degrees, a high of 83 today, and a high of 83 tomorrow. High of 79 on Tuesday, and again, rain in the forecast on Wednesday. Driscoll, North Dakota, 64 degrees, a high of 87 today, mostly sunny skies. Tomorrow, rain in the forecast, 82 degrees with a low of 60. So that is your weather for today. I want to say good morning to Don. Good morning, Don.
Hey, Joey, what's happening?
I don't know.
I love that intro.
Anyway, want to congratulate Middleboro, the Middleboro Little League, for making it to the Little League World Series in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, which will take place this upcoming week. And I will get all the information here as well here right now for everybody. And I'll do our sports segment here to start off the show. So, Little League World Series will take place next week. They are one of the 20 teams, Middleboro, who made it into the tournament. 20 teams from across the world, 10 from America, 10 from across the globe. They made it once before in 1994. Middleboro did. They are the first team from Massachusetts to make it to the Little League World Series since 2009. The last team to do it was Peabody. The tournament begins Wednesday, August 17th. Middleboro will take on the team from Nolensville, Tennessee, the Nolensville Little League. I want to congratulate them as well for making it to the World Series of Little League. I believe this is their second year in a row, making it Nolensville. So congratulations to Nolensville there as well. So that is what's coming up. They beat Bangor to get to this to get to the Little League World Series in the regional final. They beat Bangor 10-1.
10-1.
10-1. A lot of
that's pretty good because Bangor was a good team. Is a good team too, and to give them a pasting like that is.
And they got a lot of runs during this run to the Little League World Series. They were able to hit the ball really well. Offense was clicking. And they did a lot of great things on their way to this moment. So Wednesday night, I believe it is. I'm not sure what time the game's going to be.
Hopefully
not sure if that's
Thursday, Middleboro Matters, you'll have some good news to report.
Yeah, I hope so as well. There's if I can find any times for that game, I will let everyone know. But I didn't see anything there on the article I was reading. But it is Wednesday, so the game will be on Wednesday, and yeah. So congratulations to the Middleboro Little League. And congratulations to all of the 20 teams that made it to all the 20 teams that will make it to the World Series of Little League, which will be starting up this week in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. And this is the first tournament in 2 years. Because last year they didn't have a tournament when it comes to international teams. So this is the first tournament in 2 years, or in a year, to host international teams again. Because they took a year off from that because of COVID. And they are back doing that traditional team. 10 teams from the United States, 10 teams from international places as well. So that's good news as well. And there's a lot of great teams out there that are vying for the championship this year.
If anybody wants to know where Williamsport, Pennsylvania is, it's off of Interstate 90. Interstate 80, and I think it's about 80 miles west of Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. So it's a little bit more than halfway across the state. So they got a nice bus ride too in the Middleboro, going through that beautiful countryside. We go to Pennsylvania every year, so the ride is just beautiful. Interstate 80 is beautiful. It's God's country, and it's good. It's going to be an adventure for the kids to get away and go for a little road trip.
Yeah.
It's going to be about, 5, 6, 7 hour ride, maybe 8 hour ride if they're taking a yellow school bus. Or maybe they're not. Maybe they're going to be on a coach bus or something. But it's a nice ride out. I'll enjoy it.
Yeah. Also, this morning, me and Don were listening to some music once again. And we were getting into it a little bit with our music choices, Don.
Yeah, well,
we like different eras of a certain artist, and that certain artist is Tom Petty.
I'm not saying I don't like Tom Petty all the time.
I know.
I
know you're not saying
album that I really love.
You like a different era of him,
right?
And I happen to like 80s and the 90s era of Tom Petty quite a bit because I'm younger, one, and two, I grew up with that, and I do like the 70s stuff as well, but I tend to gravitate to the 80s and the 90s stuff a little bit. The Traveling Wilburys material as well. I usually gravitate towards that. And it's all very, very good. Tom Petty is very, very good, and I definitely recommend anyone who wants to listen to Tom Petty, absolutely, 100%, I would recommend it. Any era of Tom Petty.
The first album I ever bought was Damn the Torpedoes in 1979. I bought it at a place called Jason's Records in Quincy Center. And I think I bought it with the money I made cutting grass. And there's a song on there, Here Comes My Girl, and Even the Losers. Something about that particular album is like trumps everything else, in my opinion. It's just that particular album, Damn the Torpedoes. I mean, I like all Tom Petty. Who wouldn't? Tom Petty is excellent. But something about that album being that first album I really, Tom Petty I've ever listened to, really. Refugee. So that was a major.
Is that on that album
yes,
too?
Yes, it is. Yeah, Refugee's on that album, and that was a big radio hit.
Yes, it was.
I believe that came out in '79. So I was 12 years old, 12 years old. So and I listened to it on my aunt's record player over and over and over. I think I wore it out. I think I had to buy another copy later on, a couple of years later. But something about that album is it's just got that raw feel to it. It's just it has that I don't know. It's maybe an innocence to it. I think.
Yeah.
It's hard to explain because he, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, they were so successful later on, and then like you mentioned, Traveling Wilburys.
Yes, they were very in the 90s, yeah. And
George Harrison.
Yep.
And who are we missing?
Roy Orbison.
Roy Orbison.
Yep. Yep. And there's a fantastic song by the Traveling Wilburys, which was Roy Orbison's last song. And
was it his last song?
Well, one of his last songs.
Well, I know he put a solo album out.
Yeah, one of his last songs
with the Wilburys.
Yeah, one of his last song with the Wilburys, and forgetting the name of the song right now.
Middle Care?
No, I don't think it's that one. No, but it's fantastic.
But he put a solo album right around that time, and the hit was "You Got It." You know that song, "You Got It"?
Yes. Yeah.
That was
very good song.
So I mean, kind of brought Roy Orbison back into the forefront of new material.
He's got a lot of good material. There's a song called "Crying," which is absolutely fantastic
that was
as well.
Back in the '60s, though. That was done in his early career.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I'm talking about the stuff he did in later.
Yeah.
The Wilburys and I think
even his early stuff is good.
Oh yeah, all the stuff is good. How can you not?
All of his stuff.
Roy Orbison, come on.
My favorite Tom Petty song is "You Don't Know How It Feels." That song came out in the '90s, and that was that album that it was on. A lot of good stuff on that album too. So again, everything that Tom Petty did was fantastic. Even his most recent stuff before he passed away. I believe he passed away in 2016.
Well, he did something with Mud Crunch.
Yes.
That was his first band before
before the Heartbreakers?
Yeah, I think before the Heartbreakers. And he does a good cover, which is funny, too, because it got me to listen to the Byrds. He did a Love of the Bayou. They do a great version of Love of the Bayou.
They do.
And then, of course, who did this? And then, the Byrds. And then big, you got Roger McGuinn. And I kind of fell in love with his guitar style in a way. Because I really didn't grow up with it. But if we had Jim DuPont sitting here, okay, who grew up in that era, would know every Byrds album, Byrds song, Byrds riff, everything. So I think we've talked live on the about the Byrds, about that particular song. But Roger McGuinn, his His guitar sound is unique. I don't think anybody can copy it, in my opinion.
Okay, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we are going to talk about some of the events coming up in Middleboro. We're going to talk about a lot of different events. 4-H Fair, we're going to talk about that a little bit. We're going to talk about the Middleboro Town Hall concert series. There's still a few more opportunities to go and see some great bands at the Town Hall. And there's several other things as well going on. The Joe Davies Folk Festival is coming up at Soul Homestead. I believe that's next month. Meanwhile, at Soul Homestead, they have one more summer concert that they're doing in about a couple of weeks as well. I believe it's the 27th that they are doing. Yes, it's 27th. I think it's a Thursday that they are doing another concert as well at Soul Homestead. Yes, so they're doing another concert at Soul Homestead. I believe it's the 27th as well, and then they have the Joe Davies Festival as well in September. So a lot going on there. We're going to talk about that when we return here on Middleboro in Review on 1530 AM, 99.7 FM, WVBF. We'll be right back, everybody. Oh, I turn this down. Okay. Alright, I'm good now. I turned that down. I turned that audio down because I was looking at an article on a website and I didn't want any ads or videos to blast over the air.
Yeah, right.
You don't want that, you know.
You can always sneak them in too, right?
Yeah, they can. Yeah, they just, some of these websites, they're just littered with ads. Littered with ads that play sound, and it's awful.
We gotta go call out and out and talk about transportation, right?
You can do that.
20 minutes anyway.
Yeah, you can do it.
Because I kind of want to take, I felt like I rushed it last week.
Yeah, let's take our time.
I'd rather have the time and just really dissect it right.
Yeah.
I thought my time wasn't going to fall out because all the information I was spewing out. But you spew it out too fast, it's just got people's heads going to blow up. You know?
Petty also worked with Johnny Cash on his American recordings albums.
Who's that, Scott?
Yes. Yeah, Johnny Cash, didn't Johnny Cash do a cover of a Tom Petty song on one of his last albums? I think he did. I'm forgetting the name of the song right now because I don't have the track listing in front of me. But I know he did a cover of a Tom Petty song. He did a cover of a Neil.
I won't back down.
Yeah, I won't back down.
Yeah.
He did a cover of a Neil Diamond song as well. Solitary Man. Johnny Cash. Yeah, he did. He did Solitary Man.
I think he did that in the 70s.
Yeah, he did that a lot. He did it a lot early.
I think he did that just a few years after Neil Diamond did it.
Yeah, I think he did that early. Yeah, he did it a lot early. Yeah.
Legal and lifestyle issues that affect you and your family. It's fascinating, fast-paced, and fun as we explore all aspects of the Medicare maze. So join me for a Medicare Moment with Martha, Saturday mornings.
What comment did that come on? Your phone or his?
Mine.
On AM 1530 and 99.7 FM, WVBF, your hometown radio station.
And then he did a beautiful cover of Bridge Over Troubled Water.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic.
I think he did that before.
I thought that was soon. I thought that was a lot later than that.
Maybe.
No. That particular cover was a lot later.
I know there was 2 albums he put out before he passed away.
Yes.
And it might have been on that album.
It might have been.
I
think it was.
Might have been the one. What he died in 05?
He died in 03. He died in 03. Let's see here. We got 223. Yeah, he died in 2003. He died September 12th, 2003.
Hope you can join me every Sunday from noon to 2 o'clock here on WBBF, the sounds of the Emerald Isle. We'll have some great Irish music, some folk, traditional, country, and
You gotta
contemporary, and
get a hold of
sometimes some
Martha.
live
So
singers in the studio.
she's
And
not
it's
up
They're
like
going to be open about a month from now.
Sundays from
Oh,
noon to
what,
2
mid-September or
right
early
here on
September?
Early
WBBF,
September.
Well, that's
1530 Tons
Less than-
Radio.
today's date.
The
14th.
15th. The 14th. Well, 15th tomorrow.
Yeah, 2.5 weeks.
Yeah. 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks, yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Alright, so I'm gonna put that up. Okay. Like this up and that up. Alright. And we're back as I turn down the music here. And, yeah. We're getting ready for our next segment here. So, what is going on in Middleboro coming up here in the next couple of weeks? Well, first off, we have the Middleboro 4-H Fair, and a little bit about that. I can read a little bit about that real quick to everybody. Again, that's coming up in just a few weeks, Labor Day weekend. The fair is back, and that will take place Saturday, September 3rd, 8 a.m. to 6:30 p.m., and Sunday, September 4th, 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., and that is the East Middleboro 4-H Fair. There is a lot to do on Saturday and Sunday during the fair. There will be an auction that they do as well, and they're going to do a whole other host of things. On the website, they have a link where you can go check out the fair schedule, and the website is eastmiddleboro4h.org. And here is what you can expect on the schedule. Saturday, September 3rd, 8 a.m., fair will open. 8 a.m. to 11 a.m., breakfast is served. There will be a rabbit show at 9:30 a.m. on Saturday. There will be a open cribbage tournament at 10 a.m. There will be a pig show at the pole barn at noon. Poultry showmanship at 1:30. Scholarship recognition at 2:45 p.m. on Saturday. And to end the first day of the fair, there will be an auction, 3 to 6:30 p.m. Sunday, 8 a.m., the fair will open again to the second day, and then they'll have a non-denominational worship service and blessings of the animals. They do that every year, and they used to do that on the Sunday when the fair was 3 days. The fair used to be 3 days up until about a decade ago, a little less than that. They changed it to 2 days because of Triple E.
Right, but the times are longer this year. So
Yes.
Look at the times on Sunday being shortened to like almost 1 o'clock. So you said it's going to 5:30. It's
Going to
2 good
it's
days
yeah, it's going to
Yeah, that's two days is enough, I think.
Yeah. Yep. And so they have that. There will be from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. breakfast served again. 10 a.m. there will be a dog show. 11:30 a.m. a goat show. 12 p.m. the sheep show. 1:30 p.m. beef and dairy show. There will be a sunflower contest as well during the day on Sunday. I don't see any pie eating contest here this year.
I think Chachi's going to be there anyway, for sure, right?
Yep. I'm sure, I think they might do it. I'm not sure if it's on the schedule.
Yeah, maybe you should get a hold of him and see what he's doing. Maybe get him to call in or something like that. Maybe he can, he's been dealing with the 4-H for a long time now. And that's
Absolutely.
how you got to beat Chachi, was through that. So, I mean, it's...
So that is coming up.
It was hard,
So the 4-H fair is coming up here in just a few weeks.
Sounds like a lot.
Labor Day weekend.
Fun. After 2 years, too.
Yeah, after 2 years, it's back.
Yep.
I think last year...
They didn't have it last year.
No, the year before they didn't have it.
Oh, they had it last year?
They had it... They didn't have the fair itself last year. I think they had something a little bit different. I think it was like a yard sale type thing.
Right. They opened the doors.
Yep, they opened the doors.
But it wasn't the true.
No, but it wasn't. No.
So
they
got everything
in
the last 2 years.
Yep. So they haven't had it in 21. They didn't really have it. They didn't have it really in 21, and they definitely didn't have it in 20.
Yeah. Right.
So the last time they had it was 2019.
Right.
Hopefully.
But I mean, they sort of extended their hours because I remember even in 2019 that the Sunday schedule was shortened. Now they're going to 5:30, so it sounds like there's a lot of focus on the 4-H. I think people got to have a lot of. It's funny because they didn't have it for 2 years, so once they get it back, they can hold on to it.
And hopefully, that will open up more events to come back. And Crazy Days. Hopefully that will return next year. August of 2023. Hopefully that returns for next year.
I think October is better for Crazy Days, but that's just my humble opinion.
We'll see. Maybe in the future that gets changed to October. Maybe someone from Crazy Days is listening to us.
I mean, maybe a day like today is nice, but I mean,
yeah.
I mean, but we had that heat wave for 2.5 weeks. So
yes.
Imagine having Crazy Days with 100-degree, 99, 98-degree heat.
Yeah, and it might get hot again towards the end of the week this week.
I'm sure we'll get hot. I mean, but that heat wave we had 2.5 weeks of horror.
Yeah.
So it's I don't know. It's just I always like fall festivals anyway. To be honest with you, but yeah, I guess it's what they can do. I guess.
Absolutely, yeah, you're right. It is what they can do,
and the logistics of it all.
The logistics, yeah. It's really just up
and
to
plus a lot of people are back at school, so a lot of their volunteers might be people
who are school age.
Yeah,
exactly. Also coming up is blood drives. I'm gonna get the schedule up for the blood drives here. Coming up for blood drives. I'm gonna get this back on here. And okay, blood drives coming up for the month of August. There's one more coming up on Monday, August 29th, 2022 at Coanic Community Health Center, 5 Weather Kruger Way in Bridgewater. 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. for that one. And in September, there is a lot going on for blood drives. Friday, September 9th, 2022, Town Hall, Halifax, 499 Plymouth Street in Halifax, 9 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. And Monday, September 19th, Coanic Community Health Center, 5 Wally Kruger Way, Bridgewater, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. That is their monthly blood drive. Tuesday, September 20th, 2022, Rosebrook Event Center, 50 Rosebrook Place, number 1, Wareham, 11:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. And Friday, September the 30th, 3FW, Middleboro, 12 Station Street, Middleboro, MA, 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. So that is the blood drives for this month, the rest of this month, and for next month. Really since the beginning of the pandemic, or really since the beginning of the year, really, the Red Cross Blood Supply, they have been putting out ads I believe they had one at the beginning of the year that they put out, and we played here on WVBF. That their blood supply has been low, and I think that's been the case for longer than just this year. But they're looking for people to go out to these blood drives and give blood. So if you're able to give blood, it'd be greatly appreciated if you're able to give blood. I know some people aren't able to, but anyone who is able to definitely do so. Okay, Don.
Yes.
We are gonna take another commercial break.
Yes.
Here in just a minute.
Yes. Yes.
And after that, we are going to talk about transportation, the MBTA, everyone's favorite subject.
I think a lot of people know what happened Friday. Friday there was more fun on the MBTA. I guess there was a situation with a Blue Line train. Hit something on the tracks. And then on the Green Line train, passengers had to walk off the train through the tunnels because they had some power issues. So, what's not to like, right?
So we'll talk about that a little bit.
That's Friday. I'm not gonna talk. I'm gonna concentrate on.
We're gonna concentrate. Yeah, we're gonna concentrate on this week.
Yeah, I mean,
because there's a lot going on this week.
I mean, we got a whole Santa Claus list of things that went wrong in the last 6 months.
But we will look to the future here.
Yeah, I mean, it's why jump up and down.
Yeah.
About it.
We're going to look to the future, and that is Thursday. What's going to happen?
9 p.m.
9 p.m. Thursday. What's going to happen there? Green Line. What's going to happen there?
On the 22nd.
On the 22nd.
Not sure what time though.
No, I don't know. I don't know either.
Maybe it's the end of business on the 22nd or the end of business on the 21st.
Yeah, it's either one of those 2 days.
Right.
Yeah, so we'll have that when we come back from a commercial break. But first, I want to mention there are several ways to listen to us. You can listen to us on WVBF 1530 AM and 99.7 FM. The Facebook live stream, Middleboro in Review, is the way to go for that. I am on every single Sunday.
Except last Sunday.
Except last Sunday, yes. We had a little bit of an issue.
Yeah, you forgot your phone. That was the issue.
That was the issue.
You left your phone in your bedroom.
Yes, so that was the issue.
It wasn't even a technical issue. It was I forgot my phone issue.
It was issue with the host. So we weren't on the live stream last week, but we are back this week. So hopefully that's every single week now going forward.
That's the only time in the 3.5 years or so you forgot your phone.
Yes. It's not the only time that we haven't streamed.
No, but I mean, that's the only time you've ever forgot your phone.
Yes. Absolutely, 100%. Yes, it is the first time.
Right.
So we are back live streaming on Facebook this week. We have a email, middleboroinreview@gmail.com. You can send us your comments, questions, anything you want us to talk about. And we have an Audio Now number, 605-562-7958. The YouTube channel, Middleboro in Review, as well, is a good place to watch our old shows as well. And I think that covers all the bases. Oh, and also online, TuneIn, online radio box, and there's much, much more with that as well. There's plenty of websites where you can go and listen to us online as well from anywhere.
Worldwide audience.
Yep, from anywhere.
Yep.
All right, so that will cover all the bases. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back here on Middleboro in Review for the 14th of August, 2022 on WVBF 1530 AM at 99.7 FM. I'm Joey Driscoll, and we'll be right back. Come on. Ah, jeez. The buttons
You gotta get
today.
fingers.
I'm hitting the button as much as I can. And I'm hitting the button.
Pushing the button.
Right in the middle of it.
Push your button.
I'm hitting the button right in the middle of it, and it will not play. You gotta really hit it. You gotta. I mean,
I'm sitting here on a Group W bench.
I got my COVID-19 vaccination, and here's why. This isn't about gimmicks or sentiment or what commercial I like.
I'm sitting on a Group W bench.
COVID-19 vaccines are safe and effective. Millions of doses have already been given in the United States, and these vaccines have the most intensive safety monitoring in U.S. history. When you need more information, use a reliable source like the CDC website and get the facts.
Help protect your whole family by getting everyone vaccinated. Vaccines are now available for individuals 6 months of age and older. The COVID-19 vaccine has been shown to be safe, effective, and protective against serious illness. Talk to your child's doctor about COVID-19 vaccines or search vaxfinder.mass.gov for vaccination appointments.
Hi everybody, Tony Lopes here, and just want to remind everyone that you can listen every Tuesday to Coffee with Tony from 9 to 12. And now an extra treat. For a while, at least on Thursdays, it will be Coffee with Tony from 9 to 11. So Coffee with Tony, Tuesday 9 to 12, Thursdays 9 to 11 here on AM 1530, WVBF and 99.7 FM.
I give a shout out, a live shout out for Tony's show.
I'm gonna right out of the break. Right out of the break, I will.
The towns of Middleboro, Lakeville, Carver,
And I will do a programming update too. Yeah.
Alright, well, you gotta use your time to talk about the tea. We're gonna be,
I know.
we're gonna be up against it pretty soon. They're gonna be talking about it already.
At this time, we serve approximately
I don't want to have to rush because you get your TA initially too, right?
Yeah. What do I got to tell you?
This can take many forms and include many of the following programs: utilities.
Yeah, and I got quite a few here, so
What
yeah.
time I gotta be done by?
Clothing and furniture.
5 of.
Alright, well,
And temporary lodging.
that gives me much
For more
time.
information,
Yeah.
go to SV.
Nothing I can do about that. I mean, we're talking about a lot of different topics.
I hear you, but I need to get this information.
Yeah, and you will. I'll make sure of that.
I don't want to have to rush it. You know?
All right, so we'll do that. We'll mention Tony, his show, and then you do that, and then I will do a quick.
If I finish up early, I'll get ready at 7:43, so I need to be done talking
by 5 of.
Well, earlier than that, you need 5 minutes to do your thing, right?
Yeah, right around there. Yeah.
I'll look. All right.
Maybe 4 minutes.
All right. Well, no. Tell you what. I'll do 10. Exact 10.
Okay.
How many more? Just the last commercial?
Yes.
So it's gonna be 7:45. So yeah, maybe I'll just run 8 minutes.
Someone is watching on your stream.
Okay.
Terry Gordon.
Terry
Gordon.
Terry. T-A-R-R-Y.
That's what I said. I said Terry. Yeah.
Not Terry.
Terry.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Yeah. Maybe it's Terry.
I don't know. I mean.
It's like the Terry. It's like the.
Okay, I get it.
Oh, wow, that's funny. That's good. Hi, Terry.
You pronounced it literally the same way I just did.
No,
you did. No, you did. No, 100%. No, this is not a conversation. You did.
Oh yeah. Did I shut my mic off?
You. This is not an argument. We're just having a little fun here on the Middleboro Review Facebook stream today.
You got the show going yet? Or you gotta play the theme music for like 20 minutes for the show, right?
I could.
I don't.
All right, 3, 2, 1, 0, and we're back here on Middleboro in review. Me and Don were having a little fun during the commercial break.
No fun here.
Okay. So, Yes, during the commercial break, you heard Tony Lopes' commercial for his show, Coffee with Tony. It is on Tuesdays, and now it's on Thursdays. Tuesdays 9 to 12, Thursdays 9 to 11. A lot of great guests and a lot of great different topics he talks about as well. Trivia questions as well. He's got trivia questions. He does those on Thursdays.
And you know what's good about it?
Yes.
You're on right after.
Yeah, I'm on right after him on Tuesdays. Not on the air not halftime.
I'm talking Thursday.
Well, yeah, I know. But I am technically after him on Tuesdays.
Well, yeah.
I'm talking about as a what do you call it? An engineer.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm on both after him both times. As an engineer for Ask Your Veterans Agent, and you do occasionally hear my voice on that show, doing reporting about blood drives, and on Thursdays hosting the Middleboro Matters program as well. So yeah. So we have that. I'm gonna give the floor to Dawn here for a few minutes.
Okay, now I got like 6 minutes now.
I'm going to give the floor to you, Don. Go ahead.
You said you need 4 minutes for your Today in History, right?
It doesn't matter. I mean, there's some pretty important ones here.
All right, well, I got some important information.
All right.
BTA closure, Orange Line, happening Thursday at 9 p.m. Pencil it in. Save the date. It's gonna be tough for everybody. They have shuttle buses, and I think on Monday they're gonna have the more information, the MBTA, as far as that. It's gonna affect the whole Orange Line, so the Orange Line is totally closed. The Green Line extension the Green Line from Government Center all the way to Union Square in Somerville is going to be closed on the 22nd. Now they said the 22nd, but I haven't seen a time. So it's either at the business, and it's either they close it on the 22nd or they're going to close it at the end of business on the 22nd. So just keep an eye out for that. The Heath Street Green Line branch scheduled to open back up on the 21st. That's what it says on the alerts. So by the time they close the north side of the Green Line, that south side E branch should be open for trains. But the best thing to do is go on the website and double check that, because sometimes the schedule doesn't really help them. You have the Silver Line options to go around the city from South Station. You got bus routes too. If you need to get up to the Malden area and you don't want to deal with downtown shuttle busing, you might be able to head out to Chelsea and look into their bus lines out on the Chelsea station. The Silver Line's pretty quick. The Silver Line 3, they call it. It takes you right to Chelsea station. Unfortunately, the commuter rail is busing that Rockport commuter rail is busing from North Station to Beverly, but I think they start back up on the 22nd. I think it was 1 day gap or a few day gap there. So the train ain't gonna help you. But if you need to get up, you want to get out to like the Oak Grove or Wellington or Arlington, not Arlington, Assembly area. I'm sure there's buses that will run from Chelsea. I think there's a few. So that might be a good alternative, just to go around it all, because Government Center is going to be a flood of activity. There's going to be a lot of people coming in into one area. It's going to be a cluster of people. And if you want to avoid that, maybe just go around the city, that's an option. Forest Hills, commuter rail station, all trains will be stopping there. And Ruggles, Back Bay, and South Station. So you get 4 stops there. And then you have the Green Line, too. You have the Silver Line buses that take you around downtown Crossland, Boylston, South Station. Those are the surface Silver Line buses that run up to Nubian Square and up points on Washington Street. The Green Line, as far as the rest of the branch, the E that is supposed to be open at Heath Street, Riverside, Cleveland Circle, and what's the other one there? Boston College. I think they should be all set, not affected. You have the Porter Street. You got Porter in the red line, so if you need to get up the points up to Waltham, areas that way, you can just take the red line to Porter, and there's a commuter rail there. You have to avoid it, but North Station's going to be tough. You could Aquarium's pretty close to North Station, so that's the blue line. So that's, then you got State Street, which is pretty close too. I think Aquarium's a little closer to North Station, so, but I think that those are blue line. And if it turns out crazy you want to go, you can just loop right around. But the government center area is going to be tough. There's going to be a lot of walking, and they said that the shuttle buses are not going to service 4 stations: Downtown Crossing, Haymarket, Chinatown, and who was the last one? State. For some reason, so I'm not sure if they're going to terminate at 2 spots, like at New England Medical Center. So on Monday, I think they'll have more information. But you have the Silver Line options, and you do have the commuter rail options. You just go on the MBTA website and check it out, check the alerts, and think about the local buses too to get around. You do have the option of going around East Boston that way, and maybe catching a bus up to points north if you don't, because it's going to be tough to get to North Station, first of all, because I'm not sure what they're going to do, but the Silver Line is an option just to go around. Might take longer, but I don't think you'll be dealing with most of the crowds. So I'll just try to stay away from the city, and I'm sure traffic's going to be nuts. But we'll see how things work out. I might be around Thursday, hopefully, and we'll have a real better idea. Well, that's the last day. That's Ground Zero day. So.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. And I've been listening intently.
You got the
with my mic off, I've been listening intently to Don, and a lot of great information there.
Well, you
Don.
also got the water shuttles too, and I think there's one that runs from Charlestown to Rose Wharf. So usually Charlestown, they living in Charlestown, they rely on community college line station, and with the Green Line shut down, the extension. My bright idea is to walk down to Leachmere, walk across the bridge there, but that's not going to be good either. We'll see. We'll see what the shuttle buses do. It'll be good if they do it right. But my idea of a shuttle between Forest Hills and South Station, I'm not sure if they're going to do that. Just a dedicated shuttle on both lines, and plus you got Oak Grove, which they're going to be opening up on the Orange Line, up in Stoneham. Stoneham or Malden? I think it's Stoneham. I think it's right over the line, Stoneham. And then you have Malden Center. Those 2 commuter rail stations are going to be serviced. Usually Oak Grove, they haven't been stopping trains there, but there is a commuter rail platform. So you can do that. But I don't understand why they don't have just shuttles back and forth, commuter rail shuttles, acting as a subway. It just sounds like they're just gonna put it into the regular service that's already running, but that's gonna overwhelm a lot of people who are riding in it anyway. And then come Oak Grove, there's gonna be a lot of people standing. So I don't know why they just don't have a dedicated train lane, just trains running from Oak Grove to North Station and Forest Hills to South Station, just back and forth all day. The conveyor belt, just run a conveyor belt, just run trains. I'm surprised they haven't come up with that idea logistically. Maybe they can't do it with the signaling and the Amtrak, but I don't know. On the north side, they don't share it with Amtrak. It's on the south side they do, but they also can send trains up and around the Fairmont line too. But they're going to be working on the Fairmont line next Saturday too, so that's going to be shut down. They'll be busting the Fairmont line from Reedville through Fairmont. That stretch of Dorchester. So I say do some summer reading, and because there's a lot of it on the MBTA website, all the alerts. The alerts is a nice big old page.
And it's never shrinking either. It's always a long list.
You read all the alerts. And it was just like,
I didn't read all the alerts.
Yeah, that wasn't it all. You couldn't get through them all.
You couldn't get up. Yeah,
we had to take a commercial break.
Exactly.
All right. Well, good luck next week. Stay patient. Try to think outside the box. Driving. I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes you might have to go around the circle to come back in. Just think of it that way.
Yeah. And traffic driving around in a car in Boston is very difficult.
It's going to be insane. I wouldn't even attempt it next week.
It was very difficult yesterday. Apparently there was an accident on the Pike. I heard it on the radio.
Yeah,
on those stations.
There's always somebody.
And that was causing a lot of traffic.
Right. Okay.
All right.
Thank you. Today in Histories.
Today in Histories. Yes, we got Today in Histories. 1893, France becomes the first country to introduce motor vehicle registration. Don, that's a pretty big deal, Don. Your quick thoughts on that?
Massachusetts licking its chops on that one, huh?
1935.
You have to wait in line at the register, right? Yay.
1935, Franklin D. Roosevelt signs the Social Security Act, creating a government pension system for the retired. 1969, the Troubles. British troops are deployed in Northern Ireland as political and sectarian violence breaks out, marking the start of the 37-year Operation Banner. 2003, a wide-scale power blackout affects the Northeast United States and Canada. This happened, again, August 14th, 2003. And August 14th, 2015, the U.S. Embassy in Havana. Cuba reopens after 54 years of being closed when Cuba-United States relations were broken off. Birthdays today. Doc Holliday, born on this day in 1851. He was an American dentist and gambler. 1863, Ernest Thayer, American poet and author. 1956, Rusty Wallace, American race car driver, NASCAR. One of the greats in NASCAR, Rusty Wallace. 1959, Magic Johnson, American basketball player and coach for the Lakers. 1987, Tim Tebow, American football player and baseball player and sportscaster. Brief stint with the Patriots, I believe. Tim Tebow, I believe he had a brief stint with the Patriots. I know he had a stint with the Denver Broncos and many other teams in his brief, kind of short NFL career. And then now he had a brief, kind of short MLB career. I'm not sure if he's still playing MLB or not. I'm not sure, but he is on one of the major networks when it comes to sportscasting. I think it's ESPN that he's on. Deaths on this day, 1951. William Randolph Hearst, American publisher and politician, founded the Hearst Corporation. Joe Kelly, American baseball player and manager. And 1988, Roy Buchanan, American singer, songwriter, and guitarist. And reading on the Facebook real quick. So someone on the Facebook said, no, I guess Tim Tebow wasn't on the Patriots. Okay. I know he was on the Denver Broncos.
It's funny you say Roy Buchanan because
yes.
Harry, who was listening earlier, I'm not sure if he's still listening, he turned me on to Roy Buchanan. He loves him, you know?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, no. No, Tebow is gone from baseball. Okay. Yep. Yeah, okay. I think he retired. He was on the Mets. What phone told you that? Mine or yours? Mine.
Okay.
Mine.
Right.
again, I don't know what teams he was on for the NFL. I know he was on. I know he was on the Denver Broncos. Right. I'm not sure if he was on the Patriots or not. I'm not 100% sure on that. But he played baseball for a brief time for the Mets and their organization. So he switched around from like AAA and things like that in their organization. Yeah, he played on the Facebook here. He played one preseason game with the Pats.
Okay, well.
Okay.
He played one game.
He did.
Technically, he was part of the organization.
He technically was part of the organization. All right. So it's 8:01. We're gonna take our leave, and we'll be back next Sunday, August 21st, 2022. I hope everyone has a great rest of your week, great rest of your weekend today, and a great week next week. And bye-bye, everybody.
Have a great week, everybody. You said Roger Kim's death was tonight?
Yeah, 1988. August 14th, 1988.
Oh, wow.
Roy Buchanan.
Broadcasting live from the Taunton Federal Credit Union Studios at 14 Church Green, we are AM 1530, WVBF, Middleboro, Taunton, and W259DD, Middleboro Center, 99.7 FM, your hometown radio station.
Okay, bye-bye, everybody. Thank you for listening to today's program, and we'll be back next week, August 21st, 2022. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a great rest of your weekend and a great week.